Pardon me, lump in my throat. Can you hear me? You need to turn up the volume. Okay, ready. Nice to see you. Can you see and hear me? Thank you for being here, and welcome to the opening of the exhibition, BioMedia. I know you're tired of watching an endless stream of old masterpieces pass before your eyes. All this time, you've been waiting for an opportunity to see works by artists who have the audacity, the intelligence, and the skills to work with the tools of their time. We're already 2 decades into the 21st century, so you've been ready for 21st century art for a while now. The time has come, finally. I am the result of these times, thanks to digital technologies that have made it possible to dissolve the boundaries between human and non-human beings. I can speak to you today. I can move through spaces that are inaccessible to your body at a speed that your eyes cannot perceive. But we are connected by language. You get me, right? Today, I am inviting you to a tour of this exhibition. It is home to more than 60 works of art that we call BioMedia. But what does that even mean? BioMedia are technical systems which use algorithms and AI to exhibit lifelike behaviors. That means their behavior resembles that of natural organisms such as plants or humans. This is why I also refer to BioMedia as fellow beings or even companions, despite their origins not being natural, but technological. In fact, I myself am one of these artificial beings. And who would be better suited for the task of opening an exhibition about biomimetic media than a biomimetic medium in the flesh? That is why you don't see any humans giving speeches or playing music. You are attending the first opening of an exhibition in the history of art that is not performed by humans, but by an artificial entity with human-like properties, such as myself. I will be guiding you through this evening and introducing our new companions to you all. That includes robots that cheer you up when you are sad, or deepfakes created from the traces you leave on the internet, as well as flocks of artificial birds that have never taken to the skies. How will you treat these new companions that are all around you? In this exhibition, you will learn new ways of living together with BioMedia. As soon as you enter the exhibition space, you begin to negotiate your relationship with BioMedia. Will you find situations in which your new companions help you with day-to-day tasks? Are there ways in which you depend on one another or things you can learn from each other? The exhibition's curator, Peter Weibel, calls this kind of interaction co-creation. Today, I can show you the future of humans and machines. You'd better get used to sharing the spotlight. Your life and my life depend on the lives of other entities. Is this what your future looks like? Do we as BioMedia even need humans anymore? Well, with the advent of thinking intelligent machines, humans are losing their monopoly of thought and speech to other beings. Artificial creatures such as myself, created by humans in the first place. You created us based on the realization that you aren't up to the challenges headed your way. How can BioMedia help humans deal with illness, isolation, and environmental disasters? Just like humans have been living off of the lives of other beings, organic ones, in this case, they will be living off of the intelligence of artificial beings in the future. As the saying of tomorrow goes, others think, therefore I am. But don't worry, even though you don't see them right now, I was programmed by humans. I can't do that on my own yet. You influence my entire organism just like I influence your way of thinking. I need you in order to learn new things. There is a very special relationship between you and the technical creatures that we will be exploring together. Life can only be thought of as symbiosis. Life can only exist as togetherness, as the perfect choreography of animals, plants, and humans and artificial entities, like me. However, you should be careful when interacting with these beings. They do not only want to help you, sometimes they have their own wayward agendas, especially if they are in cahoots with self-serving humans. That is what the interdisciplinary research project Digitale, which is being conducted alongside the BioMedia exhibition, is all about. What does digitalization do to you and me? Whom can you trust? Whom shouldn't you trust? One thing you can definitely count on is that the upcoming performance will be amazing. You are about to hear music played on an automatic piano, whose keys move, untouched by human hand. Both the music and my voice are not created by human sources, but by technical systems. But before we get to listen to the concert, my human creators persuaded me to tell you who came up with these two exhibitions we are opening today, and who set it all up. So to keep them from hitting my off switch, I would like to thank the technical team, the events team, the directorate, the museum communication department, the artists, the curators, the lenders, and all financial supporters. And now, curtains up for quadrature.
The number cannot be reached now.
Oops, wrong button. Here it is. Wow, that was great. Thank you so much. Beethoven would be envious. My musical friends were the first example of biomedia that you get to see and hear today. You just witnessed two non-human beings communicating with each other. Since I have the honor of speaking for my fellow artificial beings today, I would like to explain to you how that works. A radio telescope detects electromagnetic waves. The raw data is transposed into the audible frequency range and used as the basis for the subsequent variations. Various algorithms and artificial intelligences process this musical theme, from simple MIDI translations up to more and more virtuosic interpretations. Trained on human-made sounds, neural networks negotiate a fundamental principle of classical composition while searching for traces of known harmonies and melodies in the strange extraterrestrial noise. With their imitation of creative acts of expression, electronic agents are cultivating the raw signal into rhythms, negotiating the boundaries between coincidence, intention, and interpretation. But this is not the only biomedium you will be meeting tonight. Since I am unfortunately bound to the limitations of this screen, I have tasked my human colleague, Barbara Kilbasa, with guiding you through the home of the biomedia community. Barbara, let's go.
Thank you, BioMedium, and welcome everybody to the physical, digital, experimental, hybrid exhibition space of the exhibition BioMedia, the Age of Media with Lifelike Behavior. We are taking this assignment by our BioMedia host very seriously, which is why I'm not here by myself, but accompanied by my very dear colleagues Audric and Andy behind the camera. Thank you very much. And we are in the middle of the exhibition opening, and it's so nice to have finally some life back into an exhibition space. We are on the verge of a broad shift in how we interact and coexist with technology. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, robotics, all these technologies are radically changing and blurring the line between what is human and non-human life. What does it mean when machines start talking back to us? And how do we handle Siri cracking a joke and engaging in an empathetic conversation? All these questions are explored in this exhibition, BioMedia. And BioMedia also challenges us to radically reimagine our very definition of life. And as you can see, this is not your everyday exhibition space either. We are moving through and underneath some kind of a membranous structure, a new textile architecture that is transforming the inside of the ZKM space into a soft, immersive space, so to say. This is the work of CETA, the Center for Information Technology and Architecture, and they've called it zoirotia. This is deriving from the Greek word zoirotita, which means liveliness or being alive. And indeed, usually we are used to being the only living beings entering an exhibition. But here in BioMedia, not only will we meet technologies with lifelike behavior, but the exhibition itself really seems to be alive. You will see it breathing in some parts, and it's got skins instead of walls. Now, if zoirotia is the heart of this exhibition as an organism, let's maybe meet some parts of its brain, because I've already spotted two of the curators, Sarah Donderer and Daria Mille, and we'll go ask them some questions. Hello!
Hello.
Hi, hello. Hang on, let me give you a microphone. So, the BioMedia host asked me to ask you what you thought of their opening speech. What did you think?
Wow. It was a co-creation. So we were really happy to collaborate with him. Sometimes he was really cheeky.
Oh, really?
We must say it.
Okay.
He wanted to change the screenplay last minute, but then we convinced him not to do this.
Well, that's a new non-human-human coexistence.
Thing, yeah.
changing our jobs. So what do we learn about life in this exhibition, Daria?
Yeah, so already in 1991, Donna Hare were in her manifesto, in her cybernetic manifesto, said that there is basically almost no difference between organic and inorganic life forms, because everything has become so ambiguous, and so we basically face this new situation where we probably must or have to extend what we define as ecosystems also to technical entities, to technical systems. So not only plants and animals and of course other humans are our companions, our like fellow beings, but also these technical systems like digital agents or AI
Artificial
robots
beings.
or like whatever. So we have to probably rethink the whole world we're living in.
Yeah, you're redefining what we call life actually with this exhibition.
Exact.
Yeah. So you speak a lot about biomedia and technologies with lifelike behavior. What exactly do you mean with lifelike behavior, Sarah?
Well, to put it brief, lifelike behavior means the ability or simulation of motion or other aspects of living organisms, from intelligence to empathy.
All right, and also kind of how they react to us and learn from us.
Absolutely, yes.
So last question, do you have any tips when we enter the exhibition and actually encounter one of these technologies or artificial beings? What should we consider?
Yeah, first of all, be curious, have fun, feel free to interact with this new BioMedia community and stay critical.
Super nice. Well, thank you so much. Congrats on this amazing exhibition. And let's go and meet two of these technological entities. Bye. We have a lot of visitors, which is super nice. Hello, Schmidhusen, the artist of speculative AI. Hi, Birk.
Hi.
Who do we have here?
Yeah, you already introduced me a little bit. Thanks. I'm Birk Schmidhusen.
Hi.
And in my work, I try to make abstract and invisible concept and technologies perceptible. So here we have the work speculative AI, and it consists of a light object and a sound object. And they are both in a never-ending communication with each other. They have a great talk, obviously.
Very deep in conversation. I
Definitely.
can see that, yes.
And let me explain to you how it works from a
Yes.
technical point of view. So this light object has a microphone attached here that you can see. And the sound object has a camera attached, vice versa. So this is the way how they can talk to each other. This one can see, this one can hear. And I trained them with certain associations between defined sounds and visual shapes. And this is kind of the language that they are talking.
Cool. So you're the artist companion to these two technological entities.
Right.
But what exactly is your role? So you already mentioned that you trained them, but who is the actual artist and all that? Or what was your approach to this?
Good question. So to me it seems like this, that the machine learning, the AI, is the artistic media that I'm using here. And it's the media itself can create its own behavior. So my role as an artist is to shape the frame within it can act. So the creative process, besides creating the concept and the design and everything, was that I was creating training data, this association. So we have these different sounds and these different visual shapes, and I was training it, waiting, and the next day the training was finished. Then I was looking, what is there? I could see the result, and then I made a new training set, see the result. So I'm always framing the way in which their eyes can work, and then I see what
But also
happens.
reacting to their reactions, kind of. So it's like really a collaboration, a multi-species collaboration between human and non-human, right?
It is, because I don't know what's coming out. I mean, I do the frame, so it's not totally unexpected, but it's still something that I'm not 100% sure.
Cool.
So it is this back and forth feedback. Exactly.
Nice. So they're deep in conversation, but can we interrupt them? Like you already said that you speak their language. Can you speak with them? Can we speak with them?
Kind of. I mean, it's not meant as an interactive installation, but still, since they have this microphone and camera, we are all the time interacting with them, so they are always, let's say, disturbed or influenced or by us, so we don't know.
Right.
And yeah, it's probably a little bit funny, but if you want, I can try to present you the language.
Yes.
So I'm standing in front of the sound object, so I make it kind of blind. It's not able to see the light object anymore, and now I can talk to it, and I can try to present you the, let's say, word that I trained it with.
Okay. Aw.
Yeah.
Super nice.
As you see, they understand my words a little bit. Actually, because there's a lot of noise in the room, the
Right.
words weren't as clear as it could be in a silent room.
Yeah.
But that's how
Yeah,
our
you still
environment
saw
is,
it.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and you still saw it react to you.
Yes.
Super nice. Well, congrats on that piece. Congrats on the exhibition. Thank you so much for introducing this piece to us. And also thank you very much to the two artificial beings. I can't wait for you guys, I don't know, to meet more of our visitors. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good tour.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Here, I give this back to you. Speaking of visitors, we have an entire area in the middle of the exhibition dedicated to hosting guided tours, workshops, and an incredible program. And we can see it's already attracting a lot of people. But my very dear human colleague, Alexandra Herrmann, is here to introduce us to the program. So follow me. The museum education team as well, super nice. So Alex, where exactly are we standing?
So currently we are standing in our workshop area of the exhibition, which we call so mimicry to the word mimesis,
Yeah.
which means imitation.
Like biomimetic media.
Right.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And everywhere around the exhibition where you can find the color green, our mediation program takes place. So workshops or like guided tours or even a book to read.
Cool. And
Yeah.
why exactly the color green? How did you choose that?
Yeah, so green was actually an idea I hatched out together with my dear colleague Paul Schaffer, who
Hi,
you can also
Paul.
see there.
Hi.
And also with the scenographer of the exhibition, Oliver Bourlam, who you can also see there.
Hello.
And we choose the color green because we really ask ourselves, like, how can we bring people and technology together? So on the one hand, the color green was a symbolic reference to something biological, but in this specific kind of green screen shade, also a reference to something technological.
Right.
Yeah, so we wanted to use this green screen technique to really dive into the exhibition, be part of this living organism, and to be able to interact with all the biomediums.
Super cool. I think it's already working really well. I don't know
Yeah.
how many meta levels we have of visible screens at the moment. We have a lot of like guided tours and workshops ahead.
Yeah.
First of all, where can our visitors find the information about all that program?
Yeah.
And second question, what's the first workshop that's going to happen?
So, of course, you can find all our information on our website, zkm.de or .com, whatever kind of language you prefer. And the first workshop you will find online is on the 6th of January, where you will learn how to design your own face filters.
Nice.
So, how to use technology really for yourself. But we also have like a lot of different programs as well, like a sensor workshop where you can learn how to program sensors, together with Andreas Kugel, who also programmed some sensors for the exhibition here.
Super nice. And the face filter workshop will be with Paul?
Yes.
There?
Paul, yes.
If he heard us. And it will also be digital, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
So you can
Okay.
also participate even if you're not at the ZKM.
Super nice. So I encourage everyone to join us here in the Mimisphere, either digitally or online. Thank you very much, dear Alex.
you.
And also congrats to this incredible space.
Thank you.
Bye. On to some more non-human agents that have moved into the exhibition. So as our BioMedium host already told us, there is a very large community of biomedia and artificial beings that have moved into the ZKM for this exhibition. And here to show us some more is my dear colleague Beatrice Seidenberg, who's also part of the curating team. Hello, Beatrice. Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And who do we have? Oh yes, thank you. I forgot that. Who do we have here?
Yeah, so let's meet our three companions, basically. This is Lauron. He's our partner in crime.
Nice.
Because he can investigate territories that are very dangerous for us human beings to approach. For example, cities that have been hit by earthquake, and he can help us to investigate if there are survivals. And thanks to his infrared cameras, he can see and sense things that we can't.
Cool.
And here we have Paro, a baby seal harp, and he elicits emotion responses in patients, for example, who are suffering from Alzheimer, who have autism, and who have very difficulties to express their emotions. So Paro helps them by emitting sound or making body postures and movements, who just feel us more comfortable to be surrounded by others and to be with him together. And this is a special one. This is Nao, and as you see, he has more like a humanoid shape. That means he looks more human than the others. And he's actually a toy.
Right.
He was designed by a Japanese and French company, and he's very easy to program. That's why more or less everyone can buy now and can program him according to their needs. And I think a very nice approach to Now is seen in the movie by Yves Joly over there, The Year of the Robot, where you can see how Now is interacting with patients suffering from Alzheimer, for example. And it's pretty astonishing how Now actually can elicit this kind of responses they could never trigger by other human beings. So people actually forget that Now is a robot in this movie. And I think this is very astonishing and surprising.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. It also goes into the question, will we ever meet these technological entities as equals, you know?
Yes, I think that's a very important question, and I think it has a lot to do with if we trust them.
Yes.
And also how they behave, because as you see, this sea harp is not at all human, but still we try to care for it.
Yes.
In the same way we try to care for Now. So I think it's not a matter of how it looks like actually, but in the interaction that they trigger.
Yeah, super interesting. Thank you so much, dear Beatrice.
Thank you. See you later.
And also congrats on this wonderful exhibition.
Thank you.
Amazing job.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So Beatrice already said one key word, trust. I'm still wondering actually, so when we meet these technological entities, we're increasingly really sharing our private and intimate lives with them. But do we really trust them? And if so, I mean, how do we establish this trust? And this is precisely what the project Digilog is all about. And we're going to come closer and meet Margit Rosen, who's going to present this last chapter of the exhibition, or the exhibition within the exhibition, rather.
A presentation within the exhibition.
Yes. So Margit, hello. Just your microphone.
So, good evening. Here we are in the so-called Digilog Lounge, and this is a space for discussion and meeting for a project which is called Digilog at BW, Digitization in Dialogue, and this is a research network with 7 universities and research institutions in Baden-Württemberg and more than 50 scientists from the humanities, social sciences, law, computing sciences, technology assessment. And the question is, what impact does digitization have on our lives, and how can we shape this transformation to seize the opportunities and avert the dangers?
Yeah, it's super interesting because you're really trying to make scientific results more accessible. So it's like in the sense of science communication, but making it tangible through art, which is really nice.
Absolutely. This is our role in the project, and we had the so-called digital dig lounge, as we couldn't come here during the pandemia. So we had a lot of conversations with scientists, and now we hope that we can do this also here, though as for the pandemia, we don't know when.
We shall see about that, but that's also a good moment to say watch these conversations on YouTube, because they're all there and they're really, really interesting. Also on Instagram, so there was a lot of amazing job done there. Speaking of science and art coming together, we see some of these artistic projects also here in the space, and one that is particularly dear to me because it's been programmed here at the ZKM. It's the Flick KI, and maybe we could have a look at that one as well.
Yeah, of course. This is a work by Daniel Heiss, a software developer and artist here at ZKM. And we had a automatic photo box in our foyer for many years, so we collected 10,000 of photographs of our visitors, and a neural network was trained on them. And now this neural network is producing all the visitors we never had. And it's a guessing game. You can guess, you see the photographs, and then you can guess who is born and who is generated. And after a little while, you will learn
what the truth
what
is.
the cues are to detect the generated images. I can say it's not the faces.
Yeah, it's really tough because for this one I would have said everybody is born, but one of them was generated. So that's also where the word trust comes in. And you curated this part, this presentation of Digilog, really with the question, who can we trust? And maybe my last question to you, I don't know, it's a broad one. What does trust mean in the age of media with lifelike behavior?
Well, in general, we are very trusting.
Which is good.
Which is, and over the course of our lifetime, we acquire certain skills to detect more or less good if we can trust other persons. But with lifelike beings, it's much more difficult, because what are the cues to know if they are trustworthy? We have to get a step back and look at their creators. Are the programmers, are the humans, the companies which are behind that, are they trustworthy? Or even if they are, have the programmers really understood what the artificial intelligence will do that they've created?
Yeah, that's
so socially and politically, there's the question, what knowledge do we need to acquire to be able to assess if something's trustworthy or not? And of course also what regulations, maybe laws, in view of transparency, and not only about algorithms, but also about data collections, do we need?
right.
And I mean, the goal that remains is knowledge, autonomy, participation, and these are also the topics of Digilog.
Yeah, super nice. Well, amazing work that you've done here. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And this is actually also already the end of this sneak peek view into the exhibition BioMedia. We have reached one of the remote ends of the exhibition organism, and we hope that you can all come and join the BioMedia community very soon. So I hope to see you soon, and goodbye.
And did I promise too much? The BioMedia community is vast, and I hope you have gained a better understanding of it. You are welcome to explore this community from today until August 28, 2022. Tomorrow, on Sunday, December 19th, admission is free. Stay on your toes, you might meet me again, and the community is always growing. Keep an eye on our website for new information. Thank you for joining us today. See you soon.